to add video inside text and zoom in and out of it in Premiere Pro. So we've got 2 clips. Select the T for text and click anywhere in the program monitor and type your text. Once it's typed, I usually press Ctrl and A, which selects the word. You can see it go red. Then with the text layer selected, head to Properties, where you can style up the word with the settings. I'll use the font into black, then max out the size. I like to reduce the gaps in between the letters by setting the vertical alignment to around -75. Then I'll use the Align tools to center the text. From there, go down to the text clip and extend it to the length of the footage. From there, go to Effects and search for Track Matte Key, and drag that onto the video clip, not the text layer. Select the video clip and click on the FX icon here to go to Effect Controls. Then in Effect Controls, under the Track Matte Key effect, go to Matte, select the number of the track that the text is on. In this case, it's track 2, aka video 2. This will link your footage to the text layer. Let's press play on that. And then of course you can add some movement to it by adding an effect preset. In this case, I'm going to go for Smooth Up Scaled from the Solid Coast Essentials pack. And as the title suggests on the effect, it's set to scale, which means it will scale to the length of the clip. So in this case, I want the effect to be short, so I'll make the clip shorter, and we're going to be adding the movement to the text clip. So I'll select and cut the text clip using Ctrl K. Then I'll drag the Smooth Up Scaled effect onto that short clip. That just fades it in with a touch of movement. Cool. Now let's zoom into the word to reveal the scene. Make sure the text clip is selected. Click on Vector Motion. This reveals the anchor point, the little blue circle in the display. Then we just click and drag that to exactly where we want to zoom into. If you hit the backtick key, you can expand whatever window you're in to get a better view. So I'm just going to move it right into that space at the center of the S. Then hit backtick again to zoom out and move up to Effect Controls. And under Vector Motion, hit the stopwatch on Scale to create the first keyframe. So we need 1 keyframe at a really high value. So I'll set this to 5650. That's fully zoomed in into the S. And then I'll move the playhead to where I want the motion to stop and click this reset icon to take it back to 100. Click the expansion arrow under Scale. Now right click that second keyframe and select Ease In so that the movement slows down as it eases towards the second keyframe. Then just adjust the keyframes to set the duration of the movement. I've just realised I've done that the wrong way round. I'm zooming out through the word rather than zooming in into the word, which is what we want to do. So I'll just switch those keyframes around to reverse that effect. I'll right click the first keyframe and set that this time to ease out. Let's see how that looks. So now we've got a nice smooth movement through the word into the scene, revealing the biker there off into the skyline. And to add the same masking to another clip, I'll just move this clip to where I want it to transition. I'll select the first video clip, move to Effect Controls, right click and copy the Track Matte Key effect. Then select the second video clip and I'll press Ctrl V, which will paste the Track Matte Key effect onto the second clip. And that way it's already linked to the text. But of course the text is currently zoomed out. So I want to bring it back just before the guy jumps. Select the text layer. I'll move the playhead to a position where I want to start the zoom back in. And back in Effect Controls, on Scale, I'll hit this keyframe button here to mark the position where it is. I'll right click that and set that to linear. As it's out of view, we don't need it to ease in. I'll get rid of that last keyframe and move the playhead to the position where I want it fully back in place. I'll hit the reset button on that. That brings the scale back to 100. And to ease it back in place, I'll right click that last keyframe and set it to ease in. Okay, so we've got that going in the right direction now, and it zooms in just before the rider jumps, so the word is in place to see the rider in the air. To finish it off, I'm going to add a transition from one scene to the other. I'll select the 2 text clips, press Alt and the up arrow to move them up a track. Then I'll go to my project, create an adjustment layer, press OK, drag that into the gap, over the transition, and I'll set it to 8 frames in length by using the arrow keys to go along 1 frame at a time. So 4 frames to the left of the transition and 4 frames to the right of the transition. And then I'll cut that and that makes it 8 frames. Then head to Effects and search the Solid Coast Essentials pack. I'll go for Flash Glow. And actually that's 10 frames in length. So I'm just going to extend the clip by 1 frame each end and then drag the Flash Glow transition onto the adjustment layer. What you'll notice is it doesn't work at first. That's because we've moved the text up a track. So the video track matte key is no longer linked to the text. We just need to click on the video footage, go into Effect Controls and adjust the matte to link to video track 3 and also do that on the second clip. Now we're back in the game. Okay, so that should all be working now. Let's have a look at the whole thing. So a nice animation to reveal the word, and then we zoom in through the text as the camera zooms into the mountain biker, revealing the skyline, and then we have a transition into the BMX scene, and then we zoom back out through the text, which now frames the BMXer as he's in the air. Hope that helped, and if you're looking to upgrade your editing without spending hours on YouTube, check out the Solid Coast Essentials Effects Pack. The link's in the description down below. There's a whole bunch of effects, just drag and drop to easily add that smooth and professional touch to your vids. Transitions, caption effects, reveals, fluid motion effects. Saves me hours. I reckon it would save you hours too. Go grab it. See ya.